Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome to another day of Planmas and another Plan With Me. Today we're starting off the Halloween spreads and we're going to go through Plan With Me's through all of Halloween. So you get to see Halloween week as well, and that's where we'll be finishing up the Plan With Me's for this Planmas. But obviously I will be doing November and December very soon. We'll be catching up with this planner. But yeah, for now, let's finish up with our Halloween spooky spreads. This is October 6th to the 12th of my first Halloween spread for the year. And I am using this kit from SPC called Velvet Shadows. Really cool art from Dinda. I think it actually went really well with the... It happened in November, the season of Infinity Nikki. There was like a goth bride season. And yeah, I felt like it went with this pretty well. But yeah, super pretty. I love the vampire gothic feels of it and the colors. So I am going to be doing a color blocking as per usual. And I brought in this foil bundle from Caress Press in this dark plummy red. It pretty much, it like matches perfectly, I think, with the shades of the red and purples in this kit, so I was excited about that. And I just brought in the bougie boxes, overlays, whole reinforcers, date covers, and the bottom washies. And I haven't actually gone through, usually I use a card and I flatten the foil overlays to the boxes so you can see the art better, which I haven't done yet, but I will be doing that before I finish up the planner. So I apologize if the art is a little cloudy while we plan, but that will be all fixed when I do that later. But otherwise, I think the spread turned out really cool, and I can't wait to get the stickers in. I did make sure to get my Halloween album out. I have a sticker album for holidays, and I have my Halloween one, so I pulled a lot from there. And we're going to be using a lot of the foil bundle as well. But yeah, I'm really excited to get started on this. This week, I was reading books. I had another video up, like my last video before Planmas. And all sorts of things, some errands. So we have a lot to go through for this week. So let's finish up the base and start planning. All right, so I did put my Kindle book here on the sidebar, and I know I usually do my audiobook, but I don't think I was doing an audio. I started an audiobook this week, but that one's easier to write. So I started reading Salem's a Lot while I worked by Stephen King, but that's much easier to write every day other than, because my other book is Assassin's Quest, which I talked about in yesterday's video. But yeah, so I didn't want to have to write Assassin's Quest over and over and over again. So we switched the book and then just have some to-do lists on the bottom here. So let's start off with Monday. Let me hear it. What do you think I'm putting down? I'm putting down Coffee Monday. Because that's just how I roll. And then I actually had a SPC sticker haul on this day. And then I'm gonna use this box here. We got lunch delivered from one of our favorite restaurants at the moment. I'm not entirely sure how to say it. It's just like Menchie. It is a Uga restaurant. Ugas are a group from northern China, I think. But anyway, their food is delicious. So if you see an Uga restaurant, I definitely recommend trying out. Yeah, they have really good options for lunch here. So we had delivery from them. So I'll put that in there. And then I was also doing work. I was working on a custom this week. And I also was listening to... see how I fit everything in here. Didn't give myself too much space. I think I'm just going to take Infinity Nikki out of this day and just put in that I started the book Salem's Lot. It was actually my first Stephen King book. I think I talked about it in my reading journal catch-up video that was a few days ago. But yeah, so this is my first Stephen King book and I really, really enjoyed it. There was some like icky dated stuff throughout, but overall I kind of enjoyed like the time setting and the setting of Salem's Lot and the overall horror story of it. I just really enjoyed it, and I haven't really found another book that would be like it, that isn't just straight up it. I don't know, like I looked up like recommendations of, you know, what to read that's like it, and they're all just like normal like vampire books, but I don't want a normal vampire book. I want something that's like this. I don't know. But I know the TV show Midnight Mass is a lot like Salem's Lot, and I really love that show, so, but I read it. I've watched it, you know. But then I was obviously then reading Assassin's Quest that night. So because I have the book in the sidebar, I just put read here, because then, you know, that tells me what book I was reading. But I never knew that Salem's Lot had like the apostrophe at the start, because it's actually a name that's short for Jerusalem's Lot. So that was fun to learn. We love to learn here. So then on Tuesday, just doing more work on the custom, listening to more of Salem's Lot. And we also watched some more Simpsons commentary, which I mentioned in my last videos. But yeah, we've just started watching The Simpsons, but with the writer and producer and director and Matt Groening's commentary, instead of actually watching the episode. And it's been really fun and enjoyable. So put those stickers in there for that. And then that day we were being super lazy, so we ended up getting Taco Bell delivered. I don't know if it's dinner or if it's lunch, whatever. We had Taco Bell this day. That's why I'm putting it in. And then I also played some Infinity Nikki, because we had the new update to the game the week prior. So I was still working on that. I definitely take my time playing the new quests and things. So, and then yeah, put in read. And these reading books are from the horror book sheet from Papershire, which I just love. And these are StickWithThePlanCo Halloween Halloween pen girls, which I just love. They just look so cool for my drawing work. So that was Tuesday. So on Wednesday, I put in the bottom here that at the beginning here that I was a failure gremlin. I think I wanted to work on the custom, and then, oh, I think I remember this day. I completely forgot to eat food. Like, I basically did nothing all morning, and I was like, you know what, I should eat. But then I got up. I didn't like have breakfast or lunch. Then I got up, and instead of eating lunch, I just went and packed my Patreon Heidi mail so I could mail that out later. And so then it was 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. and I just didn't eat. I don't know. And then I played some Infinity Nikki. I was just a failure gremlin this day. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't do anything in a day. Infinity Nikki. And then afterwards, I think maybe luck was at work this day. I don't know. Maybe that's why I was a failure gremlin, because I was alone and being dumb. Anyway, yeah, I don't think I ate until like 3 p.m. I don't know. Then I ate like some chips. So then we watched the new High Potential. And we ordered Thai food croquette for dinner. Then it was Wednesday, so I did play Disney Dreamlight Valley, which again I mentioned, maybe it was yesterday's plan with me, that I don't think I'm going to be playing it anymore. But again, I was still checking in on Wednesdays, getting dream snaps done and looking at the store, and that's kind of all I was playing for a long time. So, I don't know. Anyway, and then again, I was reading Assassin's Quest this night. And because it's a spooky spread, so I used Jack Skellington here because he is in the game. But that is the first half of the week all finished. Looking so cute. I used a lot of red icons in the end, just because I feel like it was nice to bring out those extra colors. Because these two colors are sort of like different from these two colors, so I want to bring out some more of that red. But I didn't really have a matching purple, so I couldn't bring as much of that in as I wanted to. Alright. So here we have work. And on Thursday, yeah, I'm using the right one. This is just a darker pattern. And we have work. I was listening to Salem's a lot. And Thursday, and then we cooked golden curry or Japanese curry this night for dinner. Is that what I'm putting here? Yeah, I guess so. I just use this, I guess it's supposed to actually be a coffee sticker, but I felt like it could also go with like cooking the curry as well. This little witch sticker from Papershire. Golden curry's been so good to add to our like autumn cold weather foods. It's been nice. And then again we're watching Simpsons commentary. I wanted to use as much pattern as I can because I just really like this stained glass window pattern. So I'm just going to use a bunch of it. I don't even care. I could do what I want, my planner. So we've got Simpsons commentary, and then again I was playing a lot of Nikki, working on that new stuff, and reading Assassin's Quest. Alrighty. And if you want to know what I was doing for Nikki, of course I have my journal videos, but after these Plan With Me's blocks are done, there will be a flip through of that journal. So if you don't want to watch all the parts of making it, you can see what I've been doing in Nikki and what I've been journaling to do with it. In a couple of days, I'll have a flip through, which will be nice. So you can see what the heck I'm doing every day. But then on Friday, I continued working on the custom, and then I also went to the chemist because I had to renew all my medications. And I've been really struggling to go to the chemist, so the last 2 times I've actually just picked up 3 months worth of my ADHD meds, and that lines up with my birth control because I get 3 months in there as well. So it's been nice just to bring a whole lot of it home so I don't have to go every month to pick them up because it's so hard. Luckily I can do that here. They don't mind. I could take out my entire prescription if I want. But yeah, I've just been doing 3 months at a time, and that's been really good. And then I was listening to Salem's Lot. That was it. Alright, so then Saturday, it was going to be hard rubbish in our area. Basically hard rubbish, that's what we call it in Australia. But it's when you like, in Australia, hard rubbish is you put like your really big items that you can't throw away in the normal rubbish, like out on the street, and they come and collect it. And hard rubbish here is that because we're in apartment buildings, they set up a whole bunch of, like a dumpster and a whole bunch of different bins in the park next to us. So we had another hard rubbish collection on Saturday, and we wanted to get rid of a bunch of stuff. It's mostly electronics and like bigger stuff. And we wanted to get rid of our treadmill because it was taking up a lot of space. You would have seen this in the very first video of Planmas. I kind of showed you what I did when I set up my 2 desks. But at this point I still had 1 desk. Like this 1 desk for planning and my new computer stuff, like my monitor and things. I didn't have my PC tower yet, but I do have it now. So I have a proper computer setup. But yeah, so the treadmill was taking up this whole space and we weren't using it. So we decided we would, so we disassembled it this day. And then we took all the parts down to the hard rubbish on Saturday. So yeah, and then we also had to like, collect all the hard rubbish that we want to get rid of, old electronics and whatnot, and light bulbs and things to take down. So that was busy night doing that disassembly. And then we watched Abbott Elementary, I played some Nikki, and I read my book, Assassin's Quest. I completely wrote disassemble correctly because it's only 1 S at the beginning, I'm pretty sure, but whatever. Who cares? It's not going to be looked at that closely again in the future, alright? Leave me alone. Anyway, so on Saturday, we went to hard rubbish and put all that stuff away. And like, pretty much every time we go, there's like a kid who is rummaging through the rubbish. So we just, Luck just pointed out some things that was in the bin. They're like, oh, that's really useful. That could be salvaged. So to point it out to him, in case that kid wanted to take some of that stuff. And then, so hot rubbish. And then I actually came back and did some work on the custom because I was like, you know what, I need to do some work. And then we rearranged the desks. So I put my planner desk where the treadmill was, and then Lot gave me their second desk, the extra desk. Because all it was Carrot was holding their PC tower. It was kind of taking up a lot of space in their office, so they gave me their desk. And that was set up for my computer desk. And yeah, we rearranged all that stuff and put it all together. So that was fun. So now I have my dedicated spaces, which is nice and so much easier to film again now without all my stuff there. And then I did some gaming because we set it up. So I played some Town to City, which is just a really fun city building game, but it's super cozy. A cozy, maybe I'll put this in the larger because I have space here. It would be easier to write Town to City there. Yeah, it was a super cozy little city building game. It's all like kind of pixelized. And yeah, highly recommend Town to City if you want to try it out and you have a PC. It's still an early release, but they have been doing updates. They just added animals to the game, so that's fun. And then we watched the movie The Naked Gun, which was the new... It wasn't a reboot, like it's, he's like the son of Leslie Nielsen's Naked Gun character. And I love the Naked Gun films. So I finally tried out the Naked Gun film, and I loved it, honestly. I laughed out loud so many times. So if you love the original Naked Gun, and you love those kind of comedies, like Airplane, Scary Movie, silly comedies that are very physical, and have a lot of wordplay, definitely try out the new Naked Gun with, what's his name? You have Leslie Nielsen, and then you have Liam Neeson plays his son. And yeah, it was just really, really funny. I think the writers of it also wrote that Chip and Dale film that came out, was it last year or the year before, which was also really good. So definitely recommend The Naked Gun. I really enjoyed it and had a laugh on that one. And then I actually finished Assassin's Quest this day, which, yeah, I was kind of like, it was a bittersweet ending. The ending was better than I expected it to be in terms of happiness. But yeah, I really did enjoy the Farseid trilogy, so I finished it this night. So there we have Saturday. Then on Sunday, last day of the week, we have Simpsons commentary. Seriously, it's actually pretty funny. Like, if you've watched The Simpsons a bajillion times like we have, yeah, I highly recommend if you can get your hands on like commentary tracks, definitely have a listen because it's really interesting and fun. And there's really like just great parts where they're just watching it and laughing and being like, who wrote that line? And then finding out like almost everything was written by this one guy, George. And I'm like, he just shaped my entire sense of humor as a child. This one guy. It's really fun. And then I played some Nikki and Town to City. The other thing with Town to City is the music is so good. Like, I never got tired of the music. It was just amazing. So, yeah, really, really loved. Really, really enjoyed that, that game. So fun. And you get multiple cities that you get to play, like a farming city and everything. So it's really cool how that all comes together. And then we watched another movie this night. We finally watched Robert Eggers' The Witch, or The Itch. Because, yeah, we've watched, like, basically all of other Robert Eggers stuff, except for Nosferatu. So eventually we'll watch Nosferatu, but we have watched The Lighthouse, and we have watched The Northman, which loved both of them. So we watched The Witch finally, and it was really good. I enjoyed it. And then to continue my witch night, I actually read the first book of The Worst Witch, which is like, it's like a book from the 60s, I think, or 70s. And it's about she's at a witch school, and she's kind of like the worst witch. She has major ADHD vibes, but I loved The Worst Witch growing up to the point where I was like, when Harry Potter came out, I was like, but I have The Worst Witch, which is about witches. And you know, I much preferred the main character as a girl. But obviously these books are much older, and there was already a TV show before Harry Potter came out, which it was like a Canadian, I think it was a Canadian production, Canadian BBC production, but I love that as well. And of course there's the newer Netflix version, which I've never watched, but I prefer the 90s one. But yeah, I finally read, I bought the cute little penguin foiled edition, cloth-bound edition of The Worst Witch, because I was like, you know what, it's cute, it's purple, it's part of my childhood. So I read it this night, and I really enjoyed it. It was really cute. But yeah, she gives off in the book ADHD vibes up the wazoo. I'm like, wow, no wonder I liked this as a kid, because I'm like, this is me. She also has like brown hair and freckles, and everyone else gets a black cat as their familiar, but she ends up with a tabby and a brown tabby, and it's like, that's what I had as a kid. I'm like, that's me. And then I started the next Realm of the Elderlings book by Robin Hobb, Ship of Magic, which is the Live Ship Traders. And a lot of people say they prefer this, and they entirely skip the Farseer trilogy, but I enjoyed it, but I honestly prefer the Farseer books so far. So I haven't got into the next book. I've just read Ship of Magic so far, and I just didn't enjoy it as much, but I do want to continue reading it. It was kind of a lot. There's some really horrible characters that you hate. And I'm just like, shut up, I don't want your point of view anymore. But it's also part of good books, I feel like. You're not going to love everybody, you know? But yeah, so I started Ship of Magic this time. And this book is exactly what you expect to be about. It's about a magic ship. So, but that is the last half of this week all finished. So give me a second here and I will put it in the planner and we'll finish up. Alright, this is the finished spread, all done on my first Halloween spread of the year. There are so many deco bits. I'm just a bit overwhelmed, so I'm not going to put any deco bits in. I think it looks good as it is. But yeah, so that is my first spooky spread of the year, and I think it's looking so pretty and dark and fun. And I think I chose some good, well-matching icons this year. I don't always do too well, but I'm happy with how it looks. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, because of course Plannermas is ongoing and you don't want to miss out. If you have just jumped in and you haven't watched the previous videos, they're just the last videos on my channel, but there is also a playlist so you can watch all of them as you like. But otherwise, let me know down below what you thought of this week. Have you watched The Naked Gun or The Witch? Did you enjoy those? But otherwise, leave me down below like maybe a bat emojis. I think bat emojis would look cool for this spread, and I'd really appreciate it. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow with more Halloween Plan With Me's. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.